Hello friends and welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Chris aka the IT guy, and today I'm going to show you how to install Android Studio on Windows 11. I'm going to do this step by step, so I hope you catch it very well. So follow me and see how I'm going to do this one. Before we continue, you have to check if there is no Java installed on our computer. To do that, I will open my command prompt like this one and I will put Java hyphen version to check if there is no Java installed. You see that there is no Java, and when you try to do the Java compiler, so you can see that there is no Java compiler installed in this computer. So I'm going to go ahead and download the JDK first of all and set up the Java environment, and after doing that we continue with the download of the Android Studio and we will continue with other processes. So I'm going to close this and open the browser of my favorite. In this case, I'm going to use Chrome. You can use any browser of your favorite. There is no limitation to that. And once the browser is opened, I'm going to go ahead and type JDK like this one and press enter. And it will give me a bunch of stuffs in here, but I will choose the first link as it is now the one from official website where I can find the JDK. And once I reach on there, so let's wait for a bit for this website to load very well. And so alright, this is now the website. This is how it look like. When you scroll down, you can see that there will be a lot of platforms: the Linux, the Mac OS, and the Windows. I'm going to choose Windows and I will acquire the setup as 64-bit installer. I'm going to click on the link to download it, but as I have been downloading this, there's no need to waste time here. I'm going to go on my downloads and I can see that I have my JDK here. I'm going to press on it to install it, so I'm going to minimize my browser and wait for the installer to start. So let's give it a go, and once the installer is started like this one, you can go ahead and press next and take a closer look on where the Java is going to be installed. And in this case, it will be on C program files Java JDK 18.0.2, and that's now the folder anywhere it will be installed. I'm going to go ahead and press next and we will wait for this installation to be done. And as I'm saying, it is now showing that it is copying files and the other processes, and so let's wait for a bit. Alright, cool. And once this is now successfully installed, I'm going to go ahead and press on close. And the next thing that we are going to do is to go on your applications and go on settings. And once I am in settings, I will go scroll down and see where it's written about, and I will try to go on advanced system settings. I will go on environment variables, and once I am in here, I will take a closer look on where it is written path, and I will click on edit, and it will bring this window. And what we do is we navigate to the folder on where we installed the Java, and it was on this explorer. I will go to the local disk C, I will go to the program files, I will go to Java and JDK, and I will choose bin. Once I'm here, I'm going to copy this address and I'm going to paste it, to click on new, and I'm going to paste it here, and it will be looking like this one. Once you are done with this, you can go ahead and press on OK. And the one other thing we will do is now we want to create the system variable. So to do that, I'm going to click on new here. I call this Java underscore home, and I will have to paste the same path, but I will remove the bin. After I do that, I'm going to go ahead and press OK and OK again and OK, and I'm going to close this. When you try to open the CMD again and type the same command that you typed at the starting of the video, you can see that when you type Java version, you can see that I am using this current version, and when I try to search for the Java compiler tool, I can see that there will be this Java compiler. Okay, that is now the first step. The second step that we're going to do is to download the Android Studio setup. I'm going back to my browser and I'm going to type Android Studio, so as simple as that, and press enter. There will be a lot of links in here, but the one that we will use is from developer.android.com. I'm going to choose this link and it will redirect me to the Android Studio website, so I have to wait for this to be loaded. And once I am in here, you can scroll down and you can see that the current version is the Android Studio Chipmunk, which is now the 2021.2.1, and it is now this amount of megabytes. I'm going to go ahead and click on download, and to ask us to accept the terms and conditions. Of course, we are going to click on I have read, even though we didn't. If you have a time, you can go and read through those, but I'm going to click on download, and we have to wait until the download is done. So as I'm saying, the download is about to start, so let's wait for a bit. And here we go, it is now taking some minutes to be completed, so let's wait for this. The download speed will depend upon your computer and your network speed, so let me give it a shot and I will come back once this is complete. Alright, cool. And once our download is complete, you can see that I have the setup here. There's no error regarding the download, because it's now showing me that it downloaded successfully. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this and to open the setup right away, as you're seeing that it is verifying the installer. So you have to wait for the installation to start. So I'm going to click on yes to authorize this, and you will see now this wizard. So I'm going to go ahead and click on next to continue, and to install these components, and it will require this space. Make sure that you have this space on your hard disk. So I'm going to go ahead and click on next, and this is now the path on where it will be installed. And if you want to change it, you can change it, but I like to leave the default so as to avoid any errors. So I'm going to go ahead and press on next and then install. So I'm going to expand these details to see if there is no error first. So let's wait for this to be completed. Alright, now you can see the setup is complete. I'm going to go ahead and press on next, and to ask me to start the Android Studio to check this itself. I'm going to go ahead and click on finish, and I'm going to start the Android Studio. I'm going to click on finish here, and to launch the Android Studio, and it will look like this one. To ask if we want to import settings, but I'm going to choose the do not import any settings. So I'm going to click on OK, and to launch like this one again. Alright, so I'm going to click on don't send, and we have to click on next, and I'm going to choose the standard. So I'm going to click on next, and to ask me to choose the UI theme, I'm going to choose this dark one. I'm going to click on next, and these are now the components that need to be installed so as to have this IDE or this Android Studio to work very well. I'm going to click on next to install all these components. I'm going to go ahead and accept this license agreement. So I'm going to click on I'm going to scroll all the way down to see if there is not anything. So I'm going to click on accept, and so let's see, accept, and accept this. And alright, so you can go ahead and click on finish, and to start to install all those components. So you have to give it a go and wait until they are successfully installed. Alright, and once this is now complete, you can go ahead and click on finish. As we can see, all the logs, all the installations were going as expected. So I'm going to go ahead and click on finish, and to launch the Android Studio like this one, to give us some more options that we can try. But let's try to create a new project to test the environment and to configure the further things. So I'm going to check now the basic activity, and I'm going to click on next. I'm going to call this for example, let me call my app Hano Media, and on the API level, let me here I'm going to choose Java, and on the API level, let me choose like Android 5, and will support up to 98.6% of devices. So I'm going to go ahead and click on finish, and to start now to download these things. So we have now to wait for a bit. Alright, so now we can be able to click on finish, and we have to wait for a bit. And now it will open the window like this, and we will have to wait. And as you are seeing here, there is some word that is rating refreshing. When you try to show all, you will see the background tasks that are going on here. We are going to give them a go and wait for a bit, and they will continue showing you how to install some AVD manager or some AVD device, the virtual device that you can use to run our applications on where we are testing using the Android Studio environment. So let's wait for this, for the Gradle to be completed and to be set up on this Android Studio. So I'm going to come back when this is complete. So let's give it a go. And once the gradle is successfully created, I'm going to go on where it's written no devices. I'm going to click on here. I will go to device manager, and you can see that there is no device. I'm going to go ahead and create a virtual device by clicking on here, and there will be a bunch of devices. I'm going to choose for Pixel 5, and I'm going to click on next, and to tell us that there is some of the systems. I'm going to choose, for example, this for Android Pie. There is no limitation to what you can choose there. I'm going to accept the license agreement, click next, and to restart the download, and you have to wait until now all these components are successfully installed, and we'll continue with further processes. Alright, cool. And once this is now complete, I'm going to go ahead and click on finish, and we will be having our device like here. So I'm going to click on next again, and I'm going to leave it as this, and I'm going to click on finish. And in this case, we'll be having this Pixel 5, and when we try to click on start to run the app, we have to wait until it will be showing up. So let's wait. And you will see that it is now started. I'm going to go on the settings. I will go and remove from sidebar, and let's see where it will come. And here it is, and it is trying now to run the that we were trying to. And when you zoom, you can see that it will be now the emulator that will be used to run our Android apps that will be making in here. I hope you guys will find this video very interesting. Let me know in the comment if you met with any problem. I will be here to help you. So make sure that you give this video a thumbs up if it helped you, and if you are coming on the channel for the first time, make sure you subscribed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.